Well, the nation's Catholic bishops continue to urge President Joe Biden, the second Catholic president in U.S. history, to reject abortion. And joining me now is Archbishop Joseph Naumann of the Archdiocese of Kansas City in Kansas. He is also the chairman of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops Committee on Pro-Life Activities. Your Excellency, welcome back. So good to be with you. Thanks so much for coming on. What goes through your mind as you witness these pro-abortion policies being put forward by the Biden administration?
Well, it's a sad day for the nation, but it's a sad day particularly for us as Catholics to see a president who professes to be Catholic doing these things that are so contrary to our moral teaching.
Yeah, and today's executive order really is a reminder of the challenges that are posed by Catholic politicians who support policies that are in opposition to church teaching. If you had the opportunity, what would you say to President Biden?
Well, I would say, wake up, think about what you're really doing here. I mean, it's his soul is in jeopardy, I believe. And when they use euphemisms, when you're violating fundamental human rights, you use euphemisms. And so you say this is health care for the poor. What other health care procedure does two people go in, one comes out dead and the other one's scarred emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes even physically? So to call this healthcare, this is really, I think, social imperialism, inflicting our values and trying to inflict the sexual revolution on the third world countries. It's really tragic that anybody would do this, but particularly one who professes to be Catholic.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, we talked to Jeannie about this. What kind of message does that send to people, in particular Catholics?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very contrary to what he campaigned on as being a unifying president. I mean, he's obviously in debt to pro-abortion forces within his party, and he's just conforming to them. I wish he was as orthodox in his Catholic faith as he is in doing what Planned Parenthood instructs him to do.
Yeah, I want to bring this up. I know you wrote in one of your columns, quote, "While we defend passionately the sanctity of human life and the dignity of the human person, let us not villainize those with whom we differ." I think that's really important. That's a really important point. Let's talk about that and what you like to see as we work to continue to protect life.
Right, so people that disagree with us, they're not our enemies. They're individuals that haven't yet become awakened and enlightened. And I've been in the pro-life movement long enough to have seen so many amazing conversions. Dr. Nathanson, Beverly McMillan, both abortion providers, Abby Johnson. So we have to always have this hope, and we can never give up on people, but we have to speak strongly, clearly about the action, but not villainize the individual.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point to make. One thing I also want to talk about is, I know that you're the principal celebrant and homilist tonight for the National Prayer Vigil for Life. Would you mind sharing some of the message for tonight on the eve of March for Life?
Yeah, I hope to communicate a hopeful message to all of our people tonight, to remind us that Jesus is our Lord, and presidents have a lot of power that are given to them by the American people, but they don't have the power to redefine Catholic teaching, moral teaching. That's not a power that they're entrusted with. But, I think that there are so many good things, positive things that are going on in the pro-life movement. And we have this Walking with Moms in Need initiative to increase the resources to surround women with difficult pregnancies with love and support. So there are many points of light, even in the midst of the darkness of some of these sad executive orders that we've seen a flurry of in the last few days.
Yeah, important to say. And of course, the vigil tonight is taking place. We can watch it at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on EWTN. Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Well, we're grateful to you and EWTN and for all the coverage that they give to the March for Life. Thanks.
Yeah, it's so important. Thank you so much again for being here. We appreciate it.
Sure.